back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken, and today we are going to dive back into the playthrough of our Rogue on the official servers of Stitches, where we are finally ending up in the Eastern Plaguelands. The guide sort of suggests that we're doing a bit of stuff here, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. But I will also do my own stuff. I will also do my own stuff. And not just follow a guide. Because we are at the point where I think the remainder of me questing through that over the last 2 or 3 levels will simply be more efficient than what a guide has to say. We're starting with a difficult quest, which someone else is also doing, the Stroll Hunter. And funnily enough, that means we are already done with that stuff here. I also need to get quite a few skeletal fragments, which either drop here or in the city. I think I'm just going to get them here, so we're specifically going for any form of skeleton. As the name suggests, it's not just dual fragments, it's skeletal fragments. So we need 15 of those. That's the first quest for, I think, the Scholarman's Key. Speaking of which, we're not going to do the entire Scholarman's Key. I'll just do whatever is available. The few quests that give experience. This Horde Warrior, is I think grinding either Argent Dawn reputation or I don't know, likely that, which is an interesting choice to do that here. Whilst we are just going for the skeletal fragments, once we're done with that, I would definitely leave. Nothing wrong with staying a little bit longer here for experience, but I don't want to grind. We have plenty of quests to take care of. These sorcerers with their blast waves are annoying, because you always take damage, even if you kick them properly. So, skeletal fragments, then the game wants us to immediately go and pick up the Wildlife Suffers 2 quest. I think that's not a terrible idea. I think that's actually a pretty good idea, because that will allow us to kill quite a bit of the wildlife. In the meantime, there is an option for us in the north. What's happening with that skeletal sorcerer? Fell through the ground? That's a nasty position. If he aggroes and casts, we can't reach him, but he can reach us very much. Good. So, yeah, I mean, the wildlife thing, I think, is a fantastic idea. Might as well do that. That'll give us 2 quests, and even a third one. You get a branch at the end that you need to, I think, bring to Darnassus. So, easy experience, kind of 20,000-30,000, which we could take, so that should not be an issue. Then we do have a pretty long quest chain around this unfinished business. which is a nice one. Then we do have the cauldrons, which we're on the way of doing the second one in a moment. I'll not get all of the 15 skeletal fragments here, it's just that the skeletal fragments here are the fastest to get, because the mobs are the most fragile ones, lowest level and such. The only thing that is annoying is that stupid blast wave, but I can handle it. So we're going to go and maybe get 10 of the chips down. And then we're just moving on to the next cauldron. So fast forward for you as we're getting all of that stuff done. Alrighty, done with a little grind. I think we're going to just take the next yeah, we're taking the next cauldron, and then we're going down and taking the wildlife. Although, nah, I think it's fine. There's another quest here that we would need to pick up. So might as well do that as we're going here. That's, by the way, another ultra dangerous or difficult quest for the respective level, but since we're over leveled, we should be fine. Very, very, very quick respawns on this cauldron, and just difficult to enter. Also, we got these guys here from the Scarlet Monastery. Luckily they have already been thinned down to a single hunter, apparently. No, a hunter plus something. A Scarlet Medic, okay. Good, we're going to take care of them in a second. For now, they're just running around and are likely going to pull extra stuff. I need to make sure that I'm not going to get any of the volatile infection. Let's start with the cauldron. Killing the cauldron keymaster and just getting that one done. And then we can go further down. And cauldron keymaster spawns, which is okay, but do I have cooldowns? Yeah. I'll just wait the 5 seconds, because the blighted zombie is likely going to add. Okay, here we go. Don't want any skeletons, my dude. And we need to clear the upper half here, because once I move up with my level, even though they are green, the aggro range should still be enough to actually aggro into us. On the bright side, clearing all of this allows us to enter the buildings a little bit more easy. These guys are fighting, which means respawn is about to happen. And that's good, because once we're done here, we will need need to kill the Scarlet Patrol. Quick heal up. They're currently fighting against 2. That's a good scenario to interject.
It's too far away.
That's a very good scenario to interject. They are down to 1. Let's even the odds here a bit. Helping the undeads. Getting the stupid Scarlet Medic. Next up, Hunter needs to die. Good. Then we're working on the Hound. And that's a perfect third party to use Apex language as the Wandering Skeleton, which we, by the way, need. Well, I assume we're going to get it a little bit later. It respawns quite quickly if I recall correctly. But yeah, Wandering Skeleton, we will need that for the key. Is go in here, go get the Wandering Skeleton for the key, open the outdoor house, a little stall. Okay, I need... Can I take 3 without cooldowns?
I need to get closer.
I suppose we're going to find out. Everybody looks in this direction. This here should only be 2, because the blighted zombie should not add. Okay. I was wrong, very wrong, so. Little Crystal Tea allows us to dish out damage faster. Missed on our gouge. Let's try that again. Moving to here. A little bit of self-healing, and that's a good showcase that we can take 3 if even without cooldowns. A Crystal Tea is all we needed. Good. That's the book we were looking for. Let's just double check, is the Wandering Skeleton really what we need next? Am I missing something? So Western Plaguelands, Winter Spring. No. It's called Locked Away. And I know for a fact that we need the Wandering Skeleton for it. Good. We could sneak in to that house, but that would be the very dangerous solution. I'd rather do the normal one, which is sort of dangerous as well because you need to kill a lot of enemies. But I feel that we're pretty well equipped for that. Just need to make sure that we're not being feared into others. That's the whole thing.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. Not ready. The ability isn't ready yet.
Okay, this might be using off cooldowns. Very likely, to be honest.
I can't do that yet. I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Good, we need to get into this house and we need to do it fast because the respawn here is ultra quick, you can already see. Enemies are starting to respawn on the other side. Oh, wonderful.
Not ready yet. Let it be.
Health warning.
Okay, well, this is us.
Health warning.
Taking a bit of a break here. Alright, one cooldown down. Still got adrenaline rush, a couple of potions, so it's not the end of the world. But a well-timed vanish can save you a lot of trouble. Good. Time to go in. Let's hurry up. I honestly haven't seen that there's a double pull there, otherwise I wouldn't have gone in. And all of a sudden we were fighting against 3 without any cooldowns. That's not optimal.
It's too far away. Not ready yet.
Alright, cooldown time. With cooldown, 3 of them are not the biggest problem. Good. Here we are. We now need the key. And that's where the Wandering Skeleton comes into play, which we're going to go for next. Because now that Wandering Skeleton should drop the key.
I'm out of
To the outhouse. By the way, how many more skeleton fragments? Okay, we still need 4.
I don't have enough.
There we go. That's the outdoor key. Taking the quickest route directly to the outdoor outhouse. Soon we should be okay and have cooldowns again, so if something adds, we should be fine. It's very tightly populated here. So there's a number of enemies that theoretically could add. Okay, the reason why I'm trying to fast pace through this is because we've just cleared that other house, and if we're fast, we don't need to re-clear it. Healing. And let's finish this quest. Alright, cool. One more down and we're good to go. Now the only thing that remains is those skeletal chips, and we're going to the wildlife next. And then as we're doing the wildlife, I suppose should have just finished the skeletal fragments beforehand. You know what? Let me just do that, because the terror skeletons here aren't that fun to fight against. They can fear you, and then you pull multiples. Plus, there are really just a very, very few skeletals, whilst on the other field there were way, way more. So I'll finish that, and then we're going to the wildlife suffers. Alright, we're at the field where we can get the quest, and there's a pretty sizable advantage of being able to sneak, because that means we need to clear way less of the freezing ghouls. First task, diseased wolves, and we can kill quite a few before we're whilst we're going up to the unfinished business, which will be our next bigger quest line. I thought we're just going to do all of that in one go. Might as well even do the elite part, where I need to sneak into the Tristfall Glades up there. So that would actually be a really, really good quest line to do now. On top of it, we can do the wildlife. Spiders and wolves have the same spawn places, so they are placeholders for one another. It doesn't surprise me at all that there are a lot of spiders and not a lot of wolves, because people typically do what I do right through when they do have that quest, kill all of the wolves, and then with one layer it essentially means there is a good chance that a spider will respawn. That in turn then has the consequence that after a couple of days, where people continue to do that and only that, almost no wolves are up, unless someone accidentally runs into a spider or has the urge to kill spiders for white spider meat, which by the way is not bad at all. Okay, given the amount of spiders that I see here, I'll do exactly that. We're clearing all of the spiders to free up wolf spawns. That's not a bad technique, because we can get white spider meat and iron web spider silk, which is needed for next Rama's trade-ins and a couple of other high-level recipes. So we're actually can get drops from these guys, which are super helpful. White spider meat for raid food, spider sausages, and then their silk for trade materials or trade stuff. There's even one wolf here. Holy. Okay. I'll get that wolf. And we're going to finish the spider. So let me clear everything out. Fast forward for you guys. Alright, so I cleared quite a few spiders. As you can see, some are respawning now. I won't re-clear all of them. I'll wait until hopefully a couple of wolves are also spawning. As part of that, I found a few isolated wolves, killed 5 of them. Typically, well, all of them were at the very, very edge of the map, some pretty hidden. So not surprising to see that those survived. And you can see here in the respawn that we're now also getting a couple of diseased wolves. There's one, there's another one. So our technique worked very well. It, of course, I mentioned that a couple of times in other locations where there is shared spawn. It only works if everybody is a bit fair and doesn't only look for the quest mobs. But to be honest, I think most of the players, like 80%, don't even know that that's a shared spawn location, and out of the 20% that know, maybe only half of them really cares about others, and that's potentially quite generous. So I'm, in other words, not surprised that people are just trying to optimize their questing route, kill their quest mobs, and then leave everything up to a chance. I want to do it a bit different. Number one, this here is extra XP. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Number two, I would say if no one interferes, this here is even faster compared to just killing wolves and riding around in the hopes of finding kind of the 8 wolves that might not have been killed yet. As you can see, plenty of wolves are respawning. I somewhat instated the population of wolves here, so I'm happy with that. We're moving on to the unfinished business and a plague upon thee. Inventory still looks okay-ish. Could be better, could be worse. And let's just put trying to do inventory without running into any of the many mobs here. Let's put all of this up there. Cool. Okay, inventory managed. Whilst we are getting unfinished business, this is a line of, I think, 3 quests. Kill quest first, and then a few others. Can abandon this because when we're going to Winter Spring the next time, we can simply pick up the quest. It's easy. So we can kill 2 Scarlet Knights and also clear the lumber mill, because that's where our next quest will be handed in, the Plague Upon Thee. As I was getting the flight point in the Eastern Plaguelands, you're basically picking up lots and lots and lots and lots of termites. And yeah, those unholy termites will be unleashed on the camp of Alliance Scarlet Monastery Lumberjacks. If I can get a knight or 2 here, let's a bonus, because we need that for unfinished business.
Not enough energy. It's too far away.
Okay. Let's stop the knight. Very good. I think these guys had shield wall, or shield block at least. Shield slam is what they have.
That ability
I'm pretty sure they had a survival skill.
do that yet.
Shield slam is not going to help them against us. Good, easy usage of cooldowns here. Not even taking a lot of damage.
I can't loot that.
And let's kill that last lumberjack, and then we can unleash all of the termites. Cool. Problem solved. That is not a knight, that's High Protector Torsen. Strong dude. But we don't need him. He's kind of the named around here, but I don't think that he did anything special. Got another Scarlet Knight. That on the other hand, or that guy on the other hand, we need. And then it's time for us to break upon a couple of the Scarlet Camps, which personally I hate because they are very, very, very densely spawned. So let's see how well or how not well we're going to go about that. Scarlet Avenger, not our enemy. The Scarlet Mage, however, is. Can I solo pull this guy?
It's
We're
too
going to
far
see.
away.
If not, I need cooldowns.
Not enough energy. I don't have it. I can't do that yet.
Okay, well, that's one down. Let's get another mage. Isolating them. Interrupting their casts and profiting. Very good. So, problem solved here. Now we need, I think, hunters and medics, which is the bigger issue. Because both of those, not easy to get. That should be a single pull. But we will need to pull him very much out of there.
It's too far away. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. I don't have energy. That ability isn't ready.
Luckily the hunter isn't that great in melee.
I can't do that yet. Not enough energy. I don't
Unlucky for us. Hunter always comes with a pet, so we gotta deal with that stupid Scarlet Hound. There are more hunters though, so we'll be able to get those done. Negative part, on the other hand. Negative part, on the other hand, is there are also invokers, and invokers tend to hurt a lot. Wow, there are a lot of invokers. They do have magic missiles. And boy, let me tell you that they hurt. And this might pull. I was hoping he would go over there. Then we can isolate those two invokers and kind of start just waiting for him to go over and then look the other way. I can zap this, go on here.
I can't do that yet.
And in case you think I'm crazy for overthinking it, believe me, they hurt. 4 invokers is potentially the worst combination that we could have gotten here.
I need to get closer.
Aggro.
It's 180 times 5, so we're looking at almost 1,000 points of damage with their main attack. And you can't just run away from it because the arcane missiles lock on, and that's a big problem.
It's too far away.
You don't want to get hit by more than one of these missiles. Oh, they have an arcane explosion on top of it. Wonderful. Hunter, lots of hunters, but no medics. Maybe a medic will respawn in the first part of the camp. Problem is, all of these guys are placeholders for one another.
I need to get closer.
That invoker needs to go further over there. Okay, perfect. Now we can engage. Wow, it's even 2 invokers again. 5 invokers? I think I've never had that bad of a spawn. Okay, potentially zap into just moving away. And here you can see how much it hurts.
Aggro.
Imagine 2 of those and we would already be almost out of hit points.
That ability isn't ready yet.
And imagine pulling all 5 because you stupidly aggroed them and didn't really use maximum range and so on. That would be 5,000 damage unless you're vanishing it early. And it's very easy to not be able to vanish that and just eat the entire damage. It's crazy. Okay, let's hope the respawn includes a couple of medics. In the meantime, we're going to
Aggro.
hopefully get a single. Okay, well, sounds about right. Good. We're done with the hunters. Now it's time to just wait for the first half here to respawn, and I'll do that fast forward for you. Respawn is happening. First respawn that we're getting, medic. Perfect. Let's go. Luckily these camps here really respawn quite fast. So essentially for us it's a bit like waiting for these solo mobs to pop up. I need to be paying attention because I don't want to need to split all of these guys again. Medic was that hunter that we pulled out initially, and then afterwards we had the double invoker pull. So that one we're going to do next. In the meantime, I'm always trying to optimize what I'm doing, so we're just grinding a few. Good. Alright, the game trolled me. Started to directly respawn multiples at a time. I don't like that. Let's see if this here works out. Missed the kick, that's not great. Good, but that's the second medic down. I could theoretically vanish now. Friendly rogue just came along and helped. That is nice. We're saying thank you, and we're also saying let's trade in the unfinished business quest. Let's go. Alright, game wants us to now kill 2 named mobs. 1 caster, 1 huntsman. And as long as we're not completely effing it up, that should not be a problem. The only issue that I see here is to get to them, because there are quite a few patrols, and sometimes people are finishing in Forgotten Memories, the Forlorn quest line, and then you just can't enter this area. Okay, I assume someone is on the way to Cavalier Durgan. Or someone was just farming for the Crusader enchant, which these guys, by the way, dropped. Durgan himself, I don't think drops it. Got a lot of the other Scarlet high-level mobs here. So it's a location that is frequently farmed. I think these Avengers are dropping it. Not sure on the Spellbinders, might be the case as well. I'm not that deep into enchanting. I'll just get the mats for Crusader and then get the enchant. So I'm more of a customer in that case. Second one, Huntsman Ridley.
Aggro.
So those spellbinders, what do they cast? Frostbolt, okay, Nova, and Slow. Nasty spell combination. I don't like either of these. Slow in particular, I think, is also attack speed reduction, so we don't want to have that. Couple of knights here. And then we got Radley, Huntsman Radley herself.
Not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
Oh, come on.
I'm out of energy.
It's a good timing for a blind.
I don't have enough energy. Not enough.
Finishing off that knight first.
It's too far away.
Waiting to get some more energy. And now it's Spellbinder's time. And yes,
I don't have enough energy.
attack speed reduction by 54%. Don't like it. Countering the Nova by stunning. I think that was well played. Blind into just killing them. Countering each of their spell casts. And leaving my cooldowns open for the big finale.
Aggro.
That ability.
I did put on Mind Numbing for the Scarlet guys because typically there are a lot of casters and it's super good. Like casting time increase by 60%, I think. Yeah. Little bit of food buff refresher and then we're going in.
Aggro.
Going for Radley first. Then going for Bloodshot. These guys have a lot of hit points and luckily I used my cooldowns.
Health rune.
Good. Okay, problem solved. Let's trade in, and I think there is like one last part where we will need to scout the Tristful Glades up there. Complete elite area, but with our stealth, we might, and the ability to vanish, we might be the only class that's actually suitable or capable of finishing that quest line prior to the Tyrian Fordring quest line, when you do have the disguise that allows you to enter without getting spotted out. I know that these guys have sentries. I don't know if sentries do have the ability to see stealth, but I guess we're going to find out. And in case of problem, we still have vanish. I love save fall. So good.
What can I do for you?
All right, unfinished
careful.
business.
Farewell.
Fantastic. Let's go. All right, time for us to test if this is going to work. So for starters, we got sentinels here, but I don't know if sentinels see through invis. We're going to find out in a second.
Aggro.
I need to get closer.
The answer is yes, which means we are just not going to do it. There's no point in risking anything. We can easily do it during the Tyrian Fordring quest. I think now is a good time to trade in a lot of quests. and just do that first, get our next cauldron, which is over here, and then get the follow-up quest of the wildlife. So let's do that. Alright, let's do the trade-in, and nothing, then it's also a good time to end the episode. I'll just do a bunch of stuff here. The last quest's kind of off screen, no biggie with that. I think we've seen most of the interesting part. So let's put a plague upon thee in. It's 5k, nice one. Let's get our stamina buff from the cauldron and get the follow-up cauldron quest.
Good day to you.
Let's put in the skeletal fragments. We're not going to go deeper into that quest line, and we're now off to our next cauldron, including the wildlife quest. Interestingly enough, game then wants us to go to Tyrian Fordring next, which or guide, which seems reasonable. I mean, that's a relatively easy quest. I'll instead do it a bit different. I want to do a matter of time, then the runes, the annals of Derbyshire, which you find in the middle of this area. It's a little bit more dangerous though. Then I would do the last cauldron as well. That's 57, 58-ish. Pretty hardcore mobs there, but very much doable. And then we're completely done with this here, which is exactly the position that I want to find myself in. And that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and see you all in the very next episode. Bye bye.